Yeah, we are laying up good stuff. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Backdraft and welcome to episode 13 of my Minecraft survival series. Thank you so much for joining me today, because today is a very special episode. That is right, we are running Minecraft 1.16 for the first time. Today is June 23rd and the update has officially been released. So we have updated our world to the latest version, and so far things are looking pretty good. And because of that, in celebration of the new version, the Nether update, we are going to concentrate on the room with our Nether portal in the mega base. We're going to take a step away from the sorting system slash storage system that we have been building. It's pretty much good to go. We've kind of finished it up in the latest live stream. If you guys haven't seen that, go and check it out. But we're taking a step away from that and we are going to concentrate on the portal room. I have big plans for this room. I've kind of been waiting for the 1.16 update because I want to turn this room into a giant Nether room, which is just going to have a bunch of blocks and decorations from all of the new Nether biomes that have dropped with the latest update, and we're going to make a giant Nether portal and add a really awesome design to that as well. So in order to get started with this, we are going to have to go into the Nether and find some of the new biomes. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, will I be resetting the Nether for this world? And the answer is actually probably not. And that is because we haven't really done that much exploring in the Nether as of yet, so there might not be a need to reset the Nether. And plus I have my gold / XP farm above the Nether ceiling. We've already got it on the top of the Nether ceiling, and that's a whole process, and if I don't have to repeat that, then I'm not going to bother doing it. We should be okay, because we should be able to just wander a little ways away in an area that we haven't really explored in the Nether, and the new biomes should start generating. So the goal for this episode is to find one of each of the new biomes and collect as many resources as we can, and on top of that, to find netherite and ancient debris beneath the Nether. And I'm also going to be showing you guys the quickest way to get ancient debris so that you can upgrade all of your Nether or all of your diamond tools to netherite tools as quickly as possible once you start off in a brand new 1.16 world. But the first things first, with this new update, we have to get the gear ready to explore the Nether. We can confirm that the gold / XP farm still works successfully. It's still working like crazy. I didn't have to make any tweaks whatsoever. A couple things that I was worried about. I was worried to see if any of the named zombie piglins along the edges there would show up, and they do, which is awesome. And the only thing that is a little worrisome is that the regular piglins will spawn, but I'm not too worried about that. I mean, they will take up a little bit of the mob cap, but the regular zombies that spawn do take up a little bit of the mob cap as well, because we had to block off this corner over here. But overall, this thing is still fully functional in the new version. We should now be all geared up, and let me show you guys exactly what I'm going to take for this exploration adventure. I got a ton of shulker boxes because depending on what I find, I want to be able to carry back a lot of items back to the overworld. And in the shulker box right here, I have a bunch of miscellaneous blocks, a bunch of tools, some ender pearls, some gold, some coal and sticks and wood just in case, a bunch of fire resistance potions also just in case. The bed just kind of there. We're obviously not going to use that in the Nether, otherwise it'll explode. And we got some gold and a golden chest plate in case we run into any piglins, so that we can hopefully keep them at bay. So this is about everything I could think of. I also have a backup pickaxe. I don't have my main silk touch pickaxe on my hotbar, mainly because if we do end up kicking the bucket for some reason, we won't lose everything that we have. So first things first, I need to pick a direction to wander off in. So I've gone off in that direction a little bit. I've explored off in that direction a little bit. And also kind of off, I believe it's in like that direction. We've traveled a long ways on the Nether roof, so that probably loaded all the chunks underneath. So I think I'm gonna start flying off in that direction. I'm going to jot down the coordinates of my area here so that I don't get lost. If we do get lost, the back out plan is to put everything into my ender chest and then just say sayonara, and then we will easily be able to get back. I do not have a respawn anchor, which is something that's new in 1.16. So maybe we will eventually, but right now we won't be able to spawn back in the Nether if we do end up kicking the bucket. The only thing that we would lose of value is the elytra, but we can get another elytra. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to break this block right here, and I'm just going to kind of take a look, because I'm not too sure what's been loaded and what hasn't been loaded. We might have to wander for a little while. That doesn't look like anything. Okay, I think we're gonna wander off in that direction, and as soon as I find one of the biomes, I'm going to start harvesting some of those items. I'm not sure which one we will run into first. I want to get at least one of the three: the Crimson Forest, the Warped Forest, and the Soul Sand Valley, and of course the Basalt Delta. One of each of the four, I should say. So when we find one, I will let you guys know. Well, that didn't take too long. It was about 15 or so minutes, and we found a Crimson Forest, which is super awesome. So I got my Silk Touch pick out so we can start harvesting some of the new blocks over here. And if you guys don't know what comes with each of the new biomes, I actually have a video that explains everything that comes with 1.16. For the most part, if you guys want to check out that video, I'll link it in the description. But here is what we have to harvest right here. And I'm not sure why there is a warped fungus here, but this is what's called a warped fungus, which should spawn in the Warped Forest biome, which is like the greenish equivalent of this one. But anyway, we have the Crimson Roots, we have the Crimson Nylium blocks, which we're gonna grab. These have to be harvested with Silk Touch, which I have Silk Touch on this pick. I know it's not a shovel, but whatever. If not, you will just get plain old netherrack. So we're gonna harvest a bunch of this. We have to watch out for the hoglins because those warthog-like mobs are hostile towards us. Also, some of the piglins are hostile towards us as well, and as you can see, the hoglins are now fighting some of the piglins. Is he gonna be upset with me? Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to take him out. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, some of the new hostile mobs are wandering around, but anyway, we're gonna grab some of this Nylium. If you come over here, you can see we have one of the new type of warp stems and the, what is these, the Weeping Vines? Weeping Vines, yep, we're gonna grab some of those. Shroom Lights, which are a new type of light-emitting block. And these here, which I actually can't remember the name of them, but they're kind of like leaves. Netherwort block is actually what it is, but they're the equivalent of leaves on these new types of trees. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these. These are what are called the, let me actually just get my, my axe out right here. But these are what are called, why am I drawing with my Crimson Stems, I believe is what they're called. And they're equivalent of a new type of wood. So that's gonna be really cool. You can make all kinds of doors and stuff with them. And I think that's about it. Oh, the last thing is this fungus. This fungus is actually how you can grow more of the stems if you bone meal them in the right type of biome. But anyway, that's everything for the Crimson Forest. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest away. Just right around the corner from the Crimson Forest, we have found a Soul Sand Valley, which it doesn't really look like one, but as you can see in the biome indicator, we are in a Soul Sand Valley and right in the middle of it, we have found a Basalt Pillar. This isn't a Basalt Delta per se, it's a Basalt Pillar, so we're gonna mine that out as well. That way, maybe we don't have to find a Basalt Delta, but I do because I want to get that Blackstone. Everybody is raving about Blackstone, and I think it's pretty sweet, so we're definitely gonna have to get some of that. And look at this. We have a Nether Fortress right there, and one right there. This is actually Nether Fortress number 2 and number 3 that I have found in my travels through the Nether. This is pretty crazy. But anyway, what's new in Soul Sand Valley biomes? Well, the first thing is that I actually don't see any of are fossils, which are just giant structures which are supposed to be bones of giant nether creatures that have died, which are just made out of bone blocks. I don't see any of those in the biome just yet. We are kind of underneath some more soul sand, so maybe we could go up there and check that out to see if there's any up there. The other new block is this soul soil, which is what is actually used to make the new soul, which I don't have the recipe unlocked yet, but the new soulfire torches. So we're going to be gathering up a bunch of that. This right here, as I mentioned, is a basalt pillar, which means that we have the new block basalt. We're going to need all of this to put inside of our room in the mega base. So let's actually take a hike upstairs real quick and see what we have up top there to see if we can find any fossils or anything. Nothing yet. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but there is quite a bit of soul soil and soul sand around in this area, but we will keep exploring because we still have to find a warped forest and a basalt delta in order to get all of the new blocks. There is a lot of skeletons spawning around. Is that a new thing? Or am I just getting really lucky? Anyway, it looks like we have found a basalt delta. So in this biome, it is just mass amounts of basalt, and this new block, which is totally sweet. And of course, there's a bunch of magmas running around. But anyway, this new block right here, which is totally sweet, which is blackstone. And with blackstone, it actually functions similar to cobblestone in that you can use it to craft anything you can craft with cobblestone. So if you're ever running around the nether and you don't have anything to craft like a furnace with or a quick tool, you could always use blackstone to craft yourself some cobblestone tools or whatever you may need in replacement of cobblestone. Now there's actually quite a few other blocks you can make with this. You can make polished blackstone, which looks pretty cool. And you can also make blackstone bricks. So here's the regular blackstone. Here is the polished blackstone. So there's quite a few shades you can get out of this. And to make the bricks, I think it's just 4 polished together. And then you get the blackstone bricks, which is definitely a really, really cool block to have in vanilla. So if we go up to the top here, and hopefully we don't get killed by this magma, you can see how really, really cool the Basalt Delta is. I was just making sure I was in the right biome here. I'm talking about the right thing. But anyway, there's tons of basalt pillars and tons of blackstone all over the place. So this is one of the remaining biomes that we needed to find. The last one we're going to need to find after this is, of course, the warped forest. And then that will be it for our tour of the new nether biomes. Now, this is actually pretty cool. In the middle of this lava lake here, we have actually found a ruined nether portal, and it doesn't look like there's any of the new crying obsidian part of it, but there is a bit of blackstone that we could definitely harvest, and there is a chest. And off in the distance here on this lava lake, you can see some of the new strider mobs, which is really cool. First time actually seeing them naturally spawn. But let's check out what's in this chest. Fire charge, some obsidian, glistening melon, some gold, some flint, some iron. Okay, I'll take it. Finally, this took quite a while for some reason. We have found a warped forest. Now, what is new inside of the warped forest? Well, we have the equivalent of the crimson nylium, which is the warped nylium. We're going to be collecting up a bunch of that. The equivalent of the crimson stems, which is the warp stems, which are these blocks right here, which once again is a new type sort of wood block that you can use to create all kinds of things like doors and buttons and trapdoors and all that. We have these things here, which I actually don't even remember what these are off the top of my head. I know the other ones are another wart. These are warped blocks. And then we have a couple new things. We have warped roots, and that we actually need shears for. I forgot. That is the warped something. And then finally, you can see a couple of them over there. We have the other type of vine, which are called twisting vines. So we're going to go ahead and harvest all this. But anyway, that is it for all of the new biomes in the Nether update. So the next thing we're going to do, once I fill up a shulker box full of all the resources from this biome, is we are going to start hunting for ancient debris so that we can get netherite. And I honestly think we're just going to dig down right here where we are. That way we don't have to worry about, you know, trying to find a good spot. It doesn't really even matter. We can just dig down right here, dig a little mine out, go down to the specific Y level, which I can't remember off the top of my head, and get ourselves the netherite that we're going to need. We're going to need something like 10 netherite ingots or something like that. I don't know exactly. Basically, I want to get all my other up to nether, all of my armor up to netherite, and all of my tools. What was that? These noises are weird, and even like the noises like when you're walking on top of the blocks is a little different, and mining some of the blocks is a little different. But anyway, something like 10 or so netherite ingots will be able to get us all of our tools and armor up to netherite level, and that's going to take, I think, about 40 netherite scraps, which is what you get from the ancient debris. So once I get the mine started and collect all these resources up, I will catch back with you guys. So we have dug out a nether mine down to Y level 15, because Y level 15 is actually the most common Y level where you will find the ancient debris, which is what we will need to get the netherite that we need to upgrade all of our tools and armor. So the best way to get ancient debris, I'm not 100% sure, but I think what we're going to do is, since we pretty much have insta-mine for days, we're just going to do branch mining until we get all the ancient debris that we need. So doing some research, it seems that ancient debris will spawn 1 to 2 blocks, I believe, per chunk. What's actually one vein, one vein of 1 to 3 ancient debris per chunk. So we're going to spend a lot of time down here trying to get the ancient debris. And the reason we're at Y level 15 is because this is the most common place to find ancient debris. Ancient debris will spawn between Y levels 8 and 22. So our goal is to get about 40-ish ancient debris. That should give us enough to get the netherite that we need. I also want to make a lodestone so that if we ever wander around the nether again, we can easily find our way back to where the portal is by using that lodestone with a lodestone compass, which is going to be really, really convenient. So I don't know about how long this is going to take. I've seen a few people mine out the ancient debris. It took them a couple hours on average, so I think this might end up taking us about an hour or two to get all the ancient debris that we need. So we are going to go ahead and get started, and I'll show you guys what we end up with. Just about an hour and a half later, and we have had an extremely successful nether mining session. So let me show you guys our haul. It is pretty good. So we got 40 netherite scrap. In addition to that, we got all this gold, almost 5 stacks of gold gold ingots, which is pretty good. So I basically mined up all of the gold and the quartz that we ended up finding, and there is quite a bit of quartz in these shulker boxes. As you can see, I have a bunch of random stuff from all of the other biomes as well, but this one right here, look at all that quartz. There's quite a bit of quartz. We also got a bunch of netherrack and a bunch of blackstone and quite a bit of gravel actually started spawning down here. We did hit a couple magma block pockets as well, and we mined all that out. So the long story short with this hour and a half mining session is we can now make 10 netherite ingots, which we will use to upgrade all of our tools and armor. And there I go, clicking and breaking stuff. We will use this to upgrade all of our tools and armor. I hope that's enough. So we have a helmet, a chest plate, leggings, boots, pickaxe, sword, shovel, axe, and then an additional 2. So we could probably build a lodestone, and then maybe we'll do a silk touch pickaxe as well. I think that's what we'll end up doing. So we are going to have to find our way back to our starter portal area in the nether, and it probably won't take that long. I think we're only like 1,000 or so blocks away, maybe 1,500. So yeah, I have the coordinates written down, and we're going to head back home. And we're back home safe and sound, and I gotta say, that trip to the nether was actually really fun. It was really cool to be able to see a lot of the new content that 1.16 has to offer, but it is now time to get the coveted netherite tools and armor. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my chest plate, and I have everything else that I need. I'm gonna convert all of the tools that are currently on my hotbar into netherite. So we got the sword, we have my diamond axe, my fortune 3 pickaxe, my silk touch pickaxe, and my regular diamond shovel. We may do a silk touch shovel eventually, but right now I think we're gonna be fine with just what we have. So let's go and grab all this stuff, and we'll go into my ender chest and find where we put the netherite, which is right here. Then we just need the not that the what are these called? The tool benches or whatever they're called. Is that what they're called? Tool table, smithing table. I can never remember the name of these. But now these are actually useful because we can take our diamond items, pop in a piece of netherite, and there you have it. We have the netherite equivalent of that piece of diamond gear. So as you can see with the sword here, this does 9.5 attack damage and 1.6 attack speed. It has the same attack speed, but does 1 more point of damage, which is actually really cool. So then we'll do the axe. We'll do the, what's this? The fortune 3 pickaxe. Now the cool thing about the pickaxe as well is you can also see it does 1 more attack damage, which really isn't that significant. But the thing is the durability, which I actually don't have a way to actually see the durability right now. We will eventually, but the durability is a lot higher on these as well. So we have the fortune 3 pickaxe, we have the silk touch pickaxe, the shovel, and then finally all of the armor, which the armor actually looks really cool. So you can see here we have 3 armor and 2 armor toughness on this, and on this we have 3 armor, 3 armor toughness, and 1 knockback resistance, which is very, very cool. And of course, none of these items will burn up in lava or fire, which is awesome. So you can see you have better toughness and that knockback resistance, which is very, very, very good. So let's throw all this stuff on, and there is your achievement. So let's throw all this on. We'll take off the elytra. And check that out. We are looking seriously cool. And is it me or does this sword swing faster? I mean, it can't obviously be swinging faster, but it's, I don't know. It's just weird. Okay, anyway, let's grab that Silk Touch pickaxe. We'll throw our netherite back in there. And I actually have to go through all of these shulker boxes. And I'll show you the haul again right now, because the next thing we are going to do is we are going to construct our portal room, which is way over there. And I actually probably should have just left these all in there because we need to be over in that direction. Anyway, it looks like this stuff swings faster to me. I don't know why. I mean, it obviously doesn't, but yeah, and I'm gonna have to get used to having all of these purplish looking items on my hotbar instead of the diamond looking items. But it definitely looks really cool with the elytra. I think that actually matches. It may not match exactly with our skin, but that's fine, that's whatever. So I'm gonna line up all of these shulker boxes and let's go through the haul that we got from the nether biomes. And of course we'll pop the ender chest down as well. I don't think I had much in there. Nope. So anyway, here is everything we have from the warped biome. This is a bunch of stuff we got from mining, more mining stuff, storage. Okay, so here's a bunch of soul soil and soul sand from the soul sand valleys. Here is everything from the crimson forests. And finally, everything that we got from the Basalt Delta. The one thing that we don't have that much of is basalt, but that's okay because you can actually generate basalt, so there's no need to actually have mass amounts of that. The blackstone is super cool as well, so we will be using that. But essentially, we're going to use all of these materials to construct a beautiful nether 1.16 themed portal room, and we're gonna make the portal right here. And I think what we're gonna do actually is I'm going to make the portal kind of shaped like a ghast face. So as you can see, this wall right here, if you kind of cover up these two little windows like that, it already kind of is shaped sort of like a ghast. It's not as square as a ghast face, but we're going to make the portal into a ghast face. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to time lapse this build so that you guys can see it fully from scratch, into production, into use, and it's gonna be awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse, and let's cue up that music. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. This project turned out way cooler than I could have ever imagined. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. But anyway, we tried to incorporate all of the different types of blocks from all of the different new biomes into this build. The only thing that we weren't really able to do, if you guys saw there in that time lapse, was add in some of the fossils from the Soul Sand valleys, because it just didn't look good. It covers up too much of the build. I'll see if I can figure something out. I'll see if I can put bone blocks somewhere. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the rest of it looks really sweet. So we tried to build these basalt pillars on either sides for the deltas. We have the warped forest and crimson forest with the trees and everything. I'm not this tree right here, I'm not too crazy about. I'm not completely sold on it, but I think for now it actually looks pretty sweet. We have the new Soulfire lanterns in place, which I think are super awesome. And of course, we got the soul soil, we got the blackstone, we got everything else in place, and the thing that wraps all of it together is this amazing art right here. I think this thing turned out super awesome. So it's meant to look like this demonic sort of ghast thing. We got the crimson stems for the eyes, and it just looks super scary and super awesome. And the portal I've already tested does link up to our portal in the nether. So please let me know what you guys think. This is one room pretty much complete. The only thing I was thinking is maybe we could do something a little extra with the walls, but I don't know just yet. We might just leave it for now, and if inspiration comes to us, then we will come back to this. The only other thing is, once we get down to it, Mr. Enderman, please do not destroy me. Oh God. If we ever get around to it, we will, while I'm trying to not get killed by this Enderman, when we get around to it, we might eventually come back to this and see if we can do something with the walls. But I'm gonna see if I can wreck this Enderman, and that is all the time I have for this episode. If you guys liked it, please don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up for 1.16 because we are all super excited for this update to Minecraft. It is long overdue. It's super awesome. If you guys are looking forward to future videos, you want to see me continue on work with my mega base and all of the crazy other builds that we are doing in this world, please hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month, and we only have about a week and a half left, guys. So please help me out, share with your friends, and I will appreciate you and everything that you guys do and everything that you guys do to watch these videos and take the time out of your day. All right, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.